Good morning. So, yesterday I recorded a fictitious first grade writing lesson in which I was having students connect prior learning from a science lesson in which we had been discussing the seasons of the year: summer, winter, fall, spring. And the prompt was for them to do a writing assignment in which they are stating their opinion using a complete sentence. And then I didn't get to record the part where they continue on with giving facts about why that season is their favorite. But I try to always create a positive and safe learning environment by starting off the lesson with a smile and a warm, friendly tone and being welcoming. And also just by observing the students who are in the room, just looking for those who might seem disengaged, those who came in with maybe there's just clearly something going on there that they may need me to reach out and help get them more engaged and help them with their participation. And then also just, in my regular classroom, we have a lot of procedures and routines that we stick to every day so that the students just have an expectation. They know what is going to happen. They know what to expect. And they know that if there's going to be a change, I will usually always make a comment that something is going to be different today, just a heads up. And that just helps them feel safe when there's a consistency in the environment. And so, like I said, the content of the lesson I was presenting yesterday was linked to a prior lesson where we had been studying the different seasons of the year and attributes of those seasons. And so, in the lesson, I pretended to be showing anchor charts that we had completed as a class in a prior lesson. I also used questioning, like to recall prior knowledge. And I used an icebreaker game to just help kind of lighten the mood, help everybody get in the mood for learning, ready to learn, ready to be engaged. So that's how I connected it to our prior learning. And then some of the instructional strategies I used to help the students meet their learning goals was to provide sentence framing. I have found, especially in first grade, they're very intimidated by writing, especially those who have a hard time spelling. Writing can be extremely intimidating. They're still figuring out sentence structure. So I use sentence frames to scaffold the instructions so that I followed the I do, we do, you do approach, where I showed them the sentence frame. I modeled how to make a statement using a complete sentence. Then for the we do section, I had them partner. In my class, we all have table partners, and so I would have them turn to their partner and share with their partner. And then there's a gradual release of responsibility. So once they have shared with their partner, then it's time at the end of the lesson for you to practice the skill on your own. Please pull out your pencil and paper. Please write down the sentence that you just practiced saying to your partner. And so that's the strategy I use a lot for teaching. And what I did in this lesson was just modeling how to do it and then gradually releasing responsibility. And then also just providing the supports necessary for students who, need to have those sentence frames, students who need to have those anchor charts for spelling. And then I forgot to mention in the video, I also always have a word wall that has our high frequency words, so they can use that. And then I also mentioned to the students that it's okay to use invented spelling when they're writing, because I just want them to get their ideas down. I'm not necessarily concerned about all the spelling being perfect. I just want them to practice getting ideas written on paper. So those are some of the strategies I used. And then summarize how you and the students interact with each other through questioning and conversation. So at the very beginning of the lesson, I did some questioning to have them recall the information that we had learned prior. I did some questioning about sentences, like why can't one word be a whole sentence, because it doesn't express a whole idea, just to get them remembering what we have learned in previous lessons, and then also letting them just get an opportunity to share and express. They have so many ideas and they want to share them vocally, and so just asking questions and letting them answer. And you'll notice actually the very first question I asked, it was a nonverbal answer, and I do those kind of questions a lot too, where I have them show me an answer on their fingers so that everybody in the class is for sure participating, and I can see like, oh, I don't see any fingers. How many fingers do you think you should be showing me? Like, so that's another strategy I use, is asking questions that they answer using their hands. To get students to engage and be participating. And then explain how the UDL strategies established an inclusive environment that supports all students to learn and grow, and how these strategies provided equitable access to content. Okay, so the strategies that I used was the scaffolding and the modeling, so that students would be sure to know exactly what was the expectation. I made the expectation clear verbally, and then I pretended like I had written it on a whiteboard, and then I had them practice. So just a lot of repetition. And then also just leaving the resources up there, leaving the sentence frames up there, leaving the anchor charts up there, and so that students who struggle with spelling, writing, they have those references to look to. So that was just a short portion of kind of what it would look like if I was teaching that lesson. So anyway, I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback. Thanks.